Okay, tip number 8. Yeah, so when you're driving, right, like Google Maps, right? I use Google Maps there because most of my destinations are already plotted on the maps. So in case of not having connectivity, download the Google Map for Christchurch or wherever you're going, right? Download the Google Maps for the whole area, maybe the whole area of Canterbury, whole area of Otago, or even if you're going even lower, further south to Invercargill, download the maps there. Because when you download the maps for Google Maps, it will have the memory of the maps even without internet. Okay, so wherever you go, you plot out wherever, all will be displayed. So you're not afraid of getting lost. There are signs and everything lah, but it's better to plan ahead. Yeah, so Google Maps sometimes the distance, right? Now I'm talking about Milford Sound, right? The distance itself, you may think that okay, from Queenstown to Milford Sound is stated 3.5 hours, but actual driving is not, because they never take in consideration the cliff driving, the valley drivings, and all that winding turns and everything. And mind you, the trip from Queenstown to Tianao is another town, the last town before Milford Sound. So our mistake is that we stayed in Queenstown and we traveled, we drove ourselves lah to Milford Sound and back. You can take the other option of joining the tour group whereby they sit in a bus, but those people who sat in a bus, although you can relax and not drive, most of them get motion sickness because the bus is very rocky. Yeah, and it's longer. It's about 6 hours of maybe 4.5 5 hours there and then 5 hours back. Yeah, because it's bus, right? Then of course the mistake was that we could have stayed one night in Teanau, and the trip to Milford Sound will be shorter, 1.5 hours there and 1.5 hours back. So from Teanau to Milford Sound, there will be a lot of red light stops, because like there's one that's going into the mountain tunnel, so it's only one way, so you have to wait for the other side to clear, then your this side can go. Yeah, so that one will like take you at least 5-10 minutes. Then we go through the tunnel, and the tunnel is just one. Another traffic light will be the zigzag area. So if you look at Google Maps, there is one zigzag area that is heading towards Milford Sound, quite near Milford Sound. That zigzag area changes every year, meaning that the roads will shift because of the cluster movements. Yeah, earthquake zone, right? Yeah, so you have to be careful lah. No, there it's like they put 25 or 35. You have to really drive slow, but very nice. If it rains, you can see all the waterfalls coming down from the sides, the cliffs and everything. Wow, very nice. Yeah, so it's a very scenic drive, but very stressful lor. So going there, we planned, my our cruise was 12:45, so we left at 7:30, 8 o'clock. We make sure that we go. No, 7:30. We make sure we went. We actually left. So we catered for an hour ahead. An hour ahead. That means we reached there maybe 11:30, but ended up we reached there 12:15. Yeah, and when you park at the car park, you gotta walk another like 10-15 minutes, and because you have to walk to you can't park at the stupid ferry terminal area. Very irritating. So you walk like mad, and if it's raining, ho sei liao, die. Rain lor. Yeah, make sure you bring a windbreaker that is waterproof, because you need it on the cruise, because the one will go under the waterfall and everything. Yeah, experience the waterfall is very, very fun, like typhoon. Let me show. Yeah. Then of course, car park is $25 now. Yeah, $25 for 5 hours. So yeah, they're increasing the price every time lah. Yeah. So the trip, yeah. So going back, the same thing lor. It's gonna take you another 4 hours or 4.5 hours. Yeah. So very, very tiring. Driving to and fro to Milford Sound, but been there, done that, one time enough. Okay, so don't tell me I don't want you. Yeah. Okay. So move on to my next tip.